What's for dinner, you ask? Smothered cabbage, vegan mac and cheese, and some honey hot wings. All vegan, of course. Hey y'all, it's your girl Polish CEO. I am back with another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, okay? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I've done a cooking video, but I wanted y'all to come cook dinner with me today because I am going to be making some, I don't even know what to call it, y'all. It's like a sauce cabbage that you have probably already saw on my shorts. If you have not, go check it out. I mean, or you can just watch this video. But I'm gonna be making some collie wings and also some homemade mac and cheese with it, some vegan mac and cheese. So I wanted to just indulge in a little cooking video. I got these new cast iron skillets for Mother's Day. So it's time to put them to use, baby. Let's get it poppin'. First things first, hot water for our mac and cheese because we're gonna go ahead and cook our noodles or put the water on for our noodles. Now this is just water. I'm gonna go ahead and add some vegetable stock to this, or vegetable broth. This is the kind that I use. So we're gonna add some of that to the water and let it come to a boil, and then we'll add our noodles. I got my deep cast iron skillet. So I'm gonna coat this with avocado oil. While that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and put some water in this pot so we can make the cauliflower wings. Once that starts getting hot, we're gonna lay our cabbage pieces down. I'm gonna go ahead and season it. I'm gonna be using some Creole seasoning, onion and garlic powder. We gotta see if we can put this other piece, this big one, down in there. We want these to get brown on each side. This is the water for the collie wings. We're just gonna allow it to get hot so we can put the cauliflower head in there. So we're gonna flip these because they're browning. Hot. And be careful because the leaves are kind of going to start falling off. That's why it's important to leave that cork in. I'm going to season the other side as well. We need to add a little bit more down in the oil, down in the pan. While that's happening, we're gonna cut our onion. Once they browned, we're gonna take them out, and I'm gonna sit mine to the side on this parchment paper. Be careful because they're gonna fall apart. While that goodness is still in there, we're gonna go ahead and put our onions in and mix it in with that seasoning and let these cook down just a little bit. Our water for the mac and cheese has come to a boil, so we're gonna put our noodles in. These are the noodles that I like. They are carb diem. I think they're like less carbs than like the enriched noodle. They are also bigger. This is what they look like. Y'all might have saw me use these before. I'm gonna use a whole box. Once the onions have cooked down, we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Then we're gonna add some cream cheese, cup of veggie broth, and mix this in. Let this cook down just a little bit. Next, we're gonna add vegan Parmesan cheese. I'm also gonna season this up with some Creole seasoning, more garlic and onion powder, and let it cook down. And I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning. Next, we're gonna add the cabbage back in. I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle some of the sauce over the cabbage so it can cook on top. Then we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. So our mac and cheese noodles are boiling. We just want to stir those around. And I'm actually gonna move my big pot to the front, the one for the cauliflower, so it can cook better. One thing I just realized that I forgot to make was some cashew milk. So we're gonna try to make the mac and cheese with no milk. See how that goes. Next, we're going to cut our cauliflower florets. I just got a head of cauliflower here. We're gonna remove the green stems. And I'm just basically gonna cut florets. They'll start, I was gonna say, they'll start falling apart. So they'll be like in the individual florets. You can leave these however big or however small you want, but I like to cut the extra stem off. I know y'all probably can't see, but because once you cut the stem off, it breaks into pieces. We're gonna put this in a strainer to the side. So we got all our cauliflower. We're gonna give it a wash and then put it in the hot water. We're gonna let these boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. Our mac and cheese noodles are done boiling, so we're gonna go ahead and strain these in a strainer. Now we're gonna make our cheese sauce. This is where I normally use milk and vegan cheese to make the cheese sauce, but today I think I'm gonna just use some vegetable broth. So we're gonna use a little bit of vegetable broth along with some cream cheese. So I just did just literally like a little bit of vegetable broth. That's how much vegetable broth I put in there. And then cream cheese just to make a sauce. And then we're going to add the vegan cheese. So we're just gonna cook it down a bit just until it makes like a milky substance or a sauce or whatever. And then add the vegan cheese. We can actually add the vegan cheese now because it's all gonna melt down together. I'm gonna add a little bit more vegetable stock so it could be a lot of cheese sauce. You can always use a whisk and whisk it down. Once it starts to cook down, we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese. If you don't know, this is the vegan cheese that I like to use. I had an old bag that was already open, so I'm gonna dump that in there and then start to stir it in or whisk it in. Like I said, you can use a whisk, but child, maybe what it do. I'm gonna add a little bit more so it can be very creamy and cheesy. And just mix it in until it starts to cook down. Also gonna add some nutritional yeast. This gives this extra cheesy flavor. And mix it in some more. While that is thickening up, I got a bowl and we're gonna put our mac and cheese noodles in there. While they are still hot, we're gonna add the rest of this container of vegan cream cheese, okay? So it can melt down. I'm also gonna be adding some salt and pepper. I only like salt and pepper in my mac and cheese. Of course, you can put whatever seasonings you like in there, but I only like salt and pepper. I don't like onion powder, garlic powder, and all of that type of stuff in my mac and cheese. Just give me a basic mac and cheese. Okay, I'm also gonna put the remainder of some vegan Parmesan in here. I find that makes it super good. So we're just gonna stir this in so that the cream cheese will melt all the way down. while the mac and cheese noodles are still hot. Next, we're gonna pour our cheese sauce over the mac and cheese. Y'all, again, this is my first time doing this with no milk, so we'll see how it goes. And we're just gonna mix it all the way in. Now we're gonna put this in the oven. Next, we're going to do our cauliflower wings. So I got 2 bowls because I'm gonna do a wet mix and a dry mix. For the dry mix, I'll be using these panko breadcrumbs. Oh, and I got only a little bit left, child. I think I might need some more. For the dry mix, I'm gonna go ahead and put my panko breadcrumbs in a bowl. I'm gonna season these up a little bit, just a little, with some Italian seasoning, onion and garlic powder. If I had some Parmesan cheese, I would definitely include that as well. And just a little bit of Creole seasoning, just a little, because we're gonna season the cauliflower as well. So I'm gonna set that over to the side. Now we're gonna make our wet mix. And again, this is where I messed up. I normally do flour and milk, but we're gonna do vegetable broth. I think that would be good. So I'm gonna pour like half a cup of vegetable broth. I'm just gonna eye it. And then I'm gonna pour some flour and mix it. Now, of course, you can use whatever type of flour you use, but I got white flour, so that's what we'll be using. And the good thing about probably using vegetable stock is I will not have to season this up. I mean, if you want to, you can, but you want it to be thick like pancake batter. If you haven't saw the recipe strictly on the cauli wings, it's 1. So I'll make sure to link it below. So if you just want to look at the recipe just specifically for how I do my cauli wings. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this in there. Got a lot of cauli wings over there. Hopefully I have enough breadcrumbs to be able to do all the cauliflower that I got. If not, the good thing about cauli wings is that you can always save them for another day. Even after you boil them, that's like my favorite thing to do. Because now all you have to do is put the wet and the dry mix on them and put them in the oven. Just making this up like some batter. Pancake batter, okay? Pancake batter. All right. Now I'm gonna put down some parchment paper so I can season up my cauli wings. You might have to bend it the opposite direction real quick so it'll stay. Okay. I have already strained the water out, so I'm just gonna pour them on here so I can season them. So I'm gonna season them with the same thing. We're gonna be using some Creole seasoning, a little onion powder. And I'm gonna have to put my seasonings back in my gold things, y'all. Garlic powder. I'm also gonna use some paprika. It's just regular paprika. And then I'm gonna give them a little toss in the parchment paper. Just a little toss to kind of mix them in a bit. All right, so all mixed up. All right, we're gonna slide that over to the side. You wanna get your baking sheet. I'll put more parchment paper on here because I'm trying to stop using foil. If you know, you know. I still use it sometimes though. All right, so we're gonna sit this to the side because we're gonna sit them on here as we go. Okay, so we're gonna take our wet and dry mix, get a cauli wing, okay? Put it in your wet mix. And then toss it in the dry mix. And I just shake mine until the breadcrumbs get all over. There you have your collard wing, okay? I'm gonna put this over here. And you can throw a couple of these in there at once if you want. Now, we're gonna put these in the oven and let these bake for 25 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the honey hot sauce for the collard wing. So I got my pan right here. This is the sauce that I normally use. It is buffalo. So we're gonna put this down in there. And I normally use agave. Of course, you can use agave to make this vegan, but I don't have any agave right now, so I will be using some honey. So I'm gonna put a lot of honey because that's what I like. I'm also gonna put some garlic. I normally do like this lemon garlic seasoning that I normally have, but I don't have anymore. So I'm just gonna put some garlic powder, some pepper, and the crazy part is I do not have a lemon either. So let me see. No, I don't have a lemon either. So lemon would make it 1,000 times better to do it that way. And then I always do a secret ingredient, which I can't give y'all because I might open my restaurant one day and y'all can't have the secret to my sauce. Okay, I'll be back. And then after all your stuff is in there, you just want to give it a nice little mix and let it heat up a bit. And these are the kind of collard wings that I like. And what's crazy is, oh, I may be able to make some ranch. Yeah, y'all, we might make some ranch too. But these are so good, they're good without ranch, honestly. I'm basically gonna just drop my collard wings down in there. 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna just do me a little 5-piece. And you just wanna get the sauce all over. To be completely submerged. This is how they're looking. I don't want to waste it. That's how they're looking. And I'll fix my plate and that's how it looks. We got the cabbage, mac and cheese, collard wings.